Welcome back to the stage of history.
My dearest friends, welcome back. This is the last devlog I'll be dedicating to Trauma Pro Wrestling, as it's pretty much a finished product in its current state. Doesn't mean I won't be adding anything else in the future if a new idea comes to mind, but unless I find a game-breaking bug or something else happens, I won't have to touch up this game until the day of its release, which I'd like to remind you is the 7th of May. Wishlist it on Steam, please. A few of these things were present in the trailer footage, and a few others were added right after. This latest batch of updates has been inspired in particular by my recent revisitings of Warband and Fear and Hunger. Not sure if that's gonna be evident in any way, but yeah. So what's new? First off, I have added a new match type called First Blood. The objective is to make your opponent bleed by attacking him in very quick succession, filling a bar that slowly decreases when he is not taking damage. A few new options have been added in the match settings for a total of 11. I have reintroduced the scorekeeper for the multiplayer mode after I removed it from the Skull Fracture build that I used as base for Trauma Pro Wrestling for whatever reason. I actually don't remember, but it's back now. I have created a training mode where you can kinda mess around and experiment with. It's still very rudimentary out of all things presented here. This is the one thing that's more likely to get reworked after I post this video. Lastly, when it comes to smaller details and new features, I added the option in the character editor which allows you to change a wrestler's size and the distance between his hands. I'm not sure if I'm making myself clear. I will show probably some footage of myself doing something funny. As far as the career mode is concerned, now it allows for amplier customization. On top of difficulty and contracts, before starting your run, you can also decide how harsh the RNG of the game is and how expensive it is to purchase anything. Entering the career mode itself, an extra new option has been added for managers, injuries, drugs, gimmicks and goodies for a total of 6 per each in an effort of adding variety to the overall experience. Another thing I did, as you may have noticed from the trailer, is to introduce the mechanic of overdose, meaning that there is a small chance that your character will suffer from certain penalties when consuming any kind of drugs, like reduced health or being unable to see the enemy or stuff like that, just to spice things up. Other small mechanics have been added to the career mode that are related to RNG, but I will not tell them to avoid spoilers. I'm not sure if spoilers is the right word here, but I may have briefly touched upon it in my last devlog, but each week will be defined either as an A show, a B show or a pay-per-view, and your rewards will be affected depending on which type of show you're in. You can also edit the names of each of them as a way to enhance the role-playing aspect of this mode. Another new big feature of the career mode is the charity event. Once every 4 weeks, you can take part in a special match which will result in no monetary rewards if you win, greatly increasing your reputation instead, if your intention is to challenge for a particular title as soon as possible. On top of all of this, a series of minor improvements has also been added, like a feature where you randomly are assigned a home field advantage, which isn't limited to your opponent anymore, and the possibility of seeing the stipulations of your run at all times, in case you forgot them. And these are all the changes that I think are interesting enough to list in this video. Most other things I've been doing regarding Trauma Pro Wrestling in the last month have been bug fixes, rebalancings and other stuff that is so tiny that it's really not worth bringing it up. As I have already made you aware, Trauma Pro Wrestling comes out the 7th of May, so be sure to wishlist it on Steam. Alright? Good.